Hi guys, Scott again, and welcome back to another video. Now, as you can see by the title, not giving much away. Not hiding much. I thought I'd just bring you a quick follow-up to my previous video, obviously going into more detail about my F56 JCW, but as to sort of like why I chose it as a daily, why particularly this, a few thoughts, a few general natter and general just experience and how I settled on it, really. So let's get into the video. Not really sure what happened there. I felt like a bit of wheel spin. Yeah, so why did I buy it as my daily? Why do I think it is the ultimate daily driver? You're actually mounted on the rear sunroof that doesn't open, which is quite an interesting one. I thought I'd do that for part of the video, just so you can see the driving and sort of just why it is such a fantastic car to daily drive. Now, I know straight up, all the Volvo fans, well, even when I bought it, they're like, well, I would have just put all the money into Volvo and drove the Volvo around every day. Yeah, 100%, you could do that. I could have done that, but the 850R, like I said in the comments when that came up on the video, is the 850R is special. It is a very, very special car. It's a special car to me. It's not something I want to ruin. So yes, I want to drive it around and enjoy it, but my daily driving, 90% of it is A roads, main roads, motorways, and I do probably about 300 to 400 miles a week. I would far rather keep my 850R and my Focus for enjoying not being stuck in traffic like this. Obviously, yeah, you could overtake, can't overtake here, whatever, but stuff these days, like normal day-to-day driving, isn't always the most enjoyable. But then that leads you to why didn't I get a boring daily driver? Why did I choose a 230 horsepower hot hatchback? Now, many things came into deliberation of what to look for in a daily and what do people look for in a daily. Now, number one, quite high on the list of concerns, was fuel consumption. There you go, Scott, why didn't you get a diesel? Why didn't you this? Because last time I've been through this cycle before, I had an automatic Golf R, similar league to this. I know people are going to go with Golf R's quicker, but in the way of it was a 2-litre high power for the size of the car ish for like day-to-day driving automatic, both of which, this included, I managed to get about 40 to 48 mpg quite easily. Now, people with Golf R's are going to come and hit me a bit, oh, I can't do that. Well, depends on how you drive it. Like, if I'm absolutely flooring this, it 100% will not do. Oh, the cameras are all out today. I think that's the third one I've seen. Obviously trying to make their Christmas bonuses. Yeah, if I drive it like a knobhead or like a lunatic, it won't get that. But being able to get 40 to 48 mpg out of this, I can still have an engaging drive. I still get the noise, I still get the feel, because it is quite a sporty car. And then you go, that I literally haven't circled around, I've waffled. Why wouldn't I get a diesel? So I cycled through this before. I had my Golf R, I got rid of it because I thought it was going to cost me too much on fuel, and I got a diesel. I got an Audi A6 2-litre diesel TDI, fantastic thing, did 65 mpg, it was cracking. But I felt like, as someone who likes petrol and likes sort of like fast cars, a little part of me was dying inside. At the time, that was the only, like, I only had one car, which is crazy to think about, like, all those times back then. My wife's never known me with only one car. It's like a little part, and I got rid of it. I had it for 5 months, and yeah. So I had to get something that could get good MPG, but also keep me interested. Now, I know automatics aren't the most engaging, so you're already like that, but it does have the flappy paddles. Same, but I've got 2 manuals in my like 2 fast manuals in my 850R and my Focus RS. Therefore, when I want that bit of fun, I wanted something fun, averagely good on fuel. I'd say 40s are not bad, and the main one was an auto, because especially in the way motorway traffic is getting these days, you just stop, start, and I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I was getting fed up of having a clutch. When you're there in bumper to bumper, just slowly moving for hours, traffic, which I've hit so much recently, I really, really wished I didn't have a clutch. So that led me to looking. I was actually leaning towards something bigger, something like, I was looking at Volvo V60s, but those are diesels, and those are like, would I get bored of it? And then, yeah, so my wife's had a Mini since I've known her. She's had a diesel F55, so obviously same shape as this, but 5-door, since I've known her. And I've always joked, oh, how about I get a spicy Mini, as I call them. So anything like a Cooper S or a JCW, I've always called spicy Mini. So I was like, why don't I get one? And that was sort of the running theme. And then when earlier on in the year, my Focus was off the road for a bit while I was still doing the brakes, before I've obviously taken it off the road again because I've broke it. Well, broken the bumper. I was driving the 850R around, and don't get me wrong, I absolutely love it. I miss driving it. I miss having it on the channel. I miss you all seeing it. But it was starting to develop a noise, which I'm leaning towards being a belt or a belt tensioner, which is something you don't want to fail while driving. But I had no other option of what to drive. I didn't want to. I've had the Focus coming on 5 years now. I've daily driven that, and I was sort of like, I'd quite like to start using that more for enjoyment. The 850R has always been a bit of a collection piece, just because I like it, and something I drive to enjoy. And it was dawning more and more that yes, I can throw money into them. Yes, you can. The money I could have put on that, money I used on this, I could have put on them and driven them around and all that. But how soul destroyed and wasted is it when all you do with them is drive on motorways, drive in traffic and all that? They're meant more and made more for enjoyment. So I'm looking more towards a bit of weekend fun. Hopefully, like I've said a few years, get the Focus on the track, now that I don't have to worry about it being a daily driver so much, obviously once it's fixed. The 850R, I've got, like, I want to do road trips with them, I want to do this, I want to do more things that are enjoyable, not the mundane. And with parts for the 850R becoming more and more like harder to come by and all this, I'd far rather enjoy it than use it and waste it. So those are my thoughts behind it, that's why. So why F56 JCW just seemed like the best of both worlds for me. Being an auto, relatively good fuel consumption. Being a small car, it's relatively cheap to run. Tax is nothing like it is on the other two. Insurance isn't much comparatively. So I think the tax was around £200. Obviously, it seems to go up every year at the moment. Insurance is about £380 for myself, and that's really not a lot. I mean, tax alone for the Volvo and Focus is £350 each. So you're like, it's like, it just seems like something I can have a bit of fun in, that I won't get bored of, engaging to drive. Can still have, when the road opens up, so like here, 30 mile an hour or 60. You can still have a bit of fun. You can still have a bit of enjoyment. It sounds good. I like the look of them. I've always liked them. Always sort of like toyed with it. Yes, it's nothing special, and that has been brought up. This car is nothing special. I completely agree. But does a daily need to be special? It needs to just be good running costs, enjoyable, and suitable for your needs. For me, myself, driving to and from work, I don't need a big car. Do I need something enjoyable? Yes, otherwise I get bored of it and keep swapping. And does it save money comparatively on fuel? Well, when I was getting 28 or 25 out of the other two, so 25 out the Volvo and 28 out the Focus, 40 to 45 or 48 I've been getting recently is quite a good saving. And it's got all these sort of like creature comforts that the other cars didn't have. I mean, it's got good interface, good sort of like infotainment system. It's got the heads-up display, which I've obviously been through in the other video. It's got heated seats, although mine doesn't actually work because I feel like it's only ever the drive one's really been used in this. So the driver one, the control module needs changing, which is on the list. We'll get around there. It's only a little box, it's not hard. I just need to buy one. But it seems like the perfect fit to all my needs, so that's why I ended up with it. But why more so do I think a small automatic hatchback is the ultimate daily driver? Few reasons why I absolutely love this thing. Being small, being automatic, and having a relatively good amount of power, you can pretty much pull out or go where you need to go with very minimal effort and like quite a lot of ease. Automatics, obviously you don't have to worry about the clutch. You can make those gaps. You've got a bit of poke behind it, you can do that, and you can still have a bit of fun. And if you don't need a big car for everyday use, driving around, going to the shops, doing whatever, it's just you or whatever, then as a single person, I'm obviously not saying I'm single, but when you're just driving around by yourself, singularly, you don't need a big car. It's wasteful, which is sad to say because I love cars, but if I had more room every day, like I'd get a bigger car but all for a purpose. But it's just no wasted space really. Obviously you've got 4 seats in this, which don't often get used. The back ones, especially with me being sat here, aren't really much use. So if you've got kids, it's not really that useful a car. But if you're driving to and from work on your own or with maybe one passenger, fantastic. It's easy to park because it's small. You can fit through narrow gaps, country lanes, all this without too much worry. It's comfortable. When you need it to be, it's quiet. And it's got a very, very good road feel. It's responsive. The steering's not light, but it's easy enough to use, and you've got a good feel behind it. Doesn't feel disconnected. And then when you need to, you can give it a little bit, and you can make those gaps. And that's why to me it was the perfect fit for my needs as a daily driver, and that's why I got it. Obviously, I know many of you watch this for the Focus, the Volvo, but they're not going. They will be back on the channel. It's just I want to bring them, and I want to show them on this platform in ways of enjoyment, not being sat in motorway traffic or just driving to and from places. I want to enjoy them. So I just thought I'd get a daily and take the strain off of them. Obviously I was using the red Volvo for a daily before, but again that wasn't even that good on fuel comparatively. Running costs were coming up. I spent an awful lot of money on parts, and it was just becoming a bit, things kept breaking and things kept doing that, and you get that with every car, but it was getting a bit, and especially with the 850R, I was like, I don't need to use it, I'll get something. Would I ever get an EV? I know that's always, this is probably the end screen of the whole thing. Would I ever get an EV? As a car person, as a petrol person, I was always dead against it. Now this may shock people if you've made it this far and you know me. I was always dead against it. But recently, there are certain EVs, I'm not gonna name any, that I've become a little interested in, and I feel like I would give them a go. So whereas before, if you asked me that 2-3 years ago, it would be a flat out absolutely no, absolutely not. But when they were new, I think they were just being made, obviously, to be electric vehicles, but now that they're becoming, to try and become more of a replacement, you're getting more people making, and more car companies making actual engaging, interesting to drive ones. There are certain ones I'd like to test drive, certain ones I'd like to bring a review for the channel, and that's that. So is it on the cards for an EV daily? This may even shock my wife if she watches it. I would think about it. There are a couple on the market which do interest me at the moment, so I'll let you speculate on that. And as always, thank you all for watching. Don't forget, hit that like, subscribe, drop us a comment, even if the comments who want to see the Volvo. The Volvo will be seen, do not worry. It's just having its love that it deserves, and it will be back early to mid 2026 for some action. I know that seems so far away, but it deserves more than what I've been using it for. I'm telling you, my fuel light's on. It deserves more. I want to take it more. I want to go to more car meets with it. I want to do that. I want to go on a road trip. I definitely want to take it to Sweden. It's all these little plans. So I don't want to ruin it. Don't want to ruin it for that. And driving it to and from work, putting a lot of miles on it, and a lot of wear and tear that just feels wasted, in my opinion. To everyone else, it may not. You may seem, just put the money into it that you could have done that. I'm like, each to their own. So I appreciate every single one of you, all of your opinions, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye for now.